Shalom Aleichem, everybody. Hope all is well. Will Israel strike Iran? That is the question. Well, if hopefully the Messiah comes immediately and this will be all just a thing of the past, but if God forbid the Messiah doesn't come, it seems like they will. In fact, they've made it pretty clear that they will. The question is when and how, to what extent, right? That's the real question. Now, to answer that, that's really more strategic, and I'm not in that field to give you my prediction. I do think they will do a strike. They've said that they're not going to escalate for a war, but they're going to do a significant strike. What actually happens in actuality, we'll see. I'm not going to really go too much into my opinion on how they should do it, because I'm not in an area of power in military, but I will say what the Rebbe says, that the enemy, that when someone is threatening you, you have to take it seriously, and the best defense is offense. If you know somebody's about to hit you, you have to make sure you hit them first, and they won't even hit you in the first place. That's the idea. We obviously don't want war. We're not looking to go on a conquest. We await the Messiah, and then when the Messiah comes, everything will be figured out, will be resolved. But we have an obligation to God to protect ourselves. And if somebody's about to attack us, of course, God expects and commands us to remove the threat before they're even bringing their threat into action, right? Into material. So that's a really important idea that people don't really understand when people are saying, take the win, is that I wouldn't say it was a win. It was miracles from God. It was a success. But it's not a win. A win signifies victory and completion of this problem. This is not, it's not a win yet. It's a great miracle from God. It's a great success. But a victory, we're not there yet. God willing, God will send the Messiah. God willing, we'll have the Messiah immediately and we'll be out of here. But if God forbid that doesn't happen, well, strategically, there's a lot of factors on the line here, and Israel has to recognize, and I think they do, and that is when their enemies threaten them, they're not joking. They're not joking. Now, we have something very important here to recognize that's more important than anything I've stated so far, and that is that, as again the Rebbe says, Eretz asher tamid eine elokecha ba. This is the land where God's eyes are constantly watching over, always watching over. So we ask the question, why does it have to say God's eyes are always watching the land of Israel? Why can't it just say his eyes are watching the land of Israel? And that would imply always. We learn that the always here implies not just that God's watching the land, but he's actively guarding and protecting the land. So we have the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob with us, so we really don't have anything to fear. The only thing we should fear is are we on board with God's plan? Are we doing what God is asking of us? Because truly, that's the only thing in our power. Unless somebody's in the military and then they have, a responsibility to follow the proper Torah laws on how to deal with the situation that we're dealing with. It's very complex, and I'm not going to go into all the details. Each scenario is unique, but there's a Torah way, and the Rebbe explains how to deal with each threat. So if a person's in that area of expertise, they should do it. And if a person has influence, they should influence in a positive way. But for us all, and even those people, most important is our service to God. That we're on par with God's will. Because that, my friends, is what will bring the Mashiach. So do a little bit more today. And then before tomorrow, the Mashiach will already be here. God bless you. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and support us below.